सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शांति शांति शांति। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति। अन्तवन्त इमे देहाः नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत। य एनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतः नायं हन्ति न हन्यते।
All right. So last one that we did was the 17th. And in this one, the Avinashi tu tadviddi yena sarvam idam tatam. Tatam, I told you, is that which pervade or thatness of something, you know. If we say there is chair, the chair is the thing that it is made up of. The substratum is only wood. So that is tatam. Tatam is the what pervades. And we talked about 3 different type of pervades, you know, like the salt in water, the cause and effect, the wood and, you know, the gold and bangles. And the third one was where it was mirage. It is superimposed. So in the first one, you know, I had explained it, so I'm not going to go over it again. But the salt and water is where it is the bhav of a bhakta, you know, that Bhagwan is with me in every kan mein Bhagwan hai mere. Matlab main bhi hu aur Bhagwan bhi mere saath hai, you know, that kind of thing. And then there is the sadhak who has already gone through some shravanam, and now he understands that Bhagwan pervades everything. So he sees that Bhagwan is there, but he also doesn't want to deny his own identity. Like the gold is there, but the bangle says, you know what, I may be made up of gold, but I am still a bangle, you know. I have my own existence as a nama rupa. So he doesn't want to deny that. So that is, till he understands that I am gold, the bangleness is also part of that identity. And the third one is a jnani. He doesn't see anything other than Bhagwan. Just like Tulsi Das ji, you know, he says, Siya Rama mai sab jagah jani. You know, he's only seeing Siya Ram everywhere. So he's not seeing anything other than that. So that otherness is gone. So he is in the total Advaita only. So that was, you know, just to recap on that. And then there is a word called Avinashi. So how to prove that Bhagwan is Avinashi, you know, that or the I is Avinashi, you know, we have to somehow explain what is it that gets destroyed. So uske andar, you know, there is in the Shankar Bhashya, there is more details of that, but I'm going to recap what Bhagwan says here. Avinashi tu tadviddi. That means know that, you know, tadviddi means you should know that entity which is tatam, which is the substratum, which is you. He's not talking about something outside of you. See, every time Bhagwan says something to Arjuna, he's referring to him as Arjuna, this is you, not some other entity. So that you is Avinashi. Because what was Arjuna's worry? that he is going to kill his family members, guru, his grandfather. So that was his worry. So he says, you know that you are Avinashi and everything else is Avinashi also. What you are worried about, which is already going to change. But anyway, so let's focus on that part. So that which cannot be destroyed. So, so there are 6 ways things get destroyed. So let's go through that one time, a small exercise. So the first is Swata Nasha. Swata Nasha means they have a time period where they exist and then they die, just like a body. So body is born, it goes through 6 stages of modification, you know, Asti, Jayat, okay, anyway, let's not go into the details of that, but a body is born, body grows, body decays, body dies, you know, and then it is gone. So that is called Swata Nasha, that it has its life, it goes through it, and then the destruction happens. It is just a matter of time. So it comes out of nowhere in a way that it is born, then it is gone. Okay. Then it is called Parataha Nasha. That means something else destroys it. If suppose, let's take an example. Like there is a wood, you know. So the wood is there and then there is this Dimak. What is it called? So Dimak then basically eats up the termite. So the termite will eat away the wood. So the chair is destroyed. So chair's existence was dependent on wood, but there is a third entity called termites, and termites just destroy that. Or you can say the fire destroyed that wood. So that is Parataha Nasha. So this is the second type of Nasha. Then called Ashray Nasha. Ashray means if something is dependent on something else, and if that supply is stopped, then it destroys. So let's take human body. Human body is dependent on mainly 3 things: air, water, and food, right? So if air supply is stopped, body dies. If water supply is stopped, body will die. If the food supply is stopped, then also the body will die. So that is called the dependent or ashray nasha. So this is where the something that this entity depends on. The fourth is destruction by association. So so when I say association, means everything has a guna and its karma, right? So guna, kriya, and matter. Guna is the qualities or properties. The kriya is the action, and the third thing is matter. So like the fungus will destroy the, what is it called? The food. So the food is there, fungus is, it is very similar to the last one, but it has its own, because there are 2 separate things that are, there is no dependence on it, but it will destroy it. So fungus destroys, then bacteria will destroy the body, or the, you know, so there are many ways a destruction can take place. The other is the cause is destroyed. If the cause is destroyed, the effect is already also gone. So if the gold is melted, then anything made of gold is also gone, you know. Or if wood is destroyed, then every furniture made of wood is also gone. So that is about cause and effect. If the cause is destroyed, the effect is gone. And the last one is when the effect is destroyed, the cause is gone. So let's look at an example. So there are certain things that are born to give something. Like say we have annuals, like the plants where the flowers come up. So once that flower has germinated, its job is done. Then it gets destroyed. So next time you have to replant that. So that is the effect. Now, the point of telling all these different ways of destruction is that the Atma doesn't go through any of those. Neither it can be destroyed by itself. It is because it is unborn. It has no swatah destruction. So I cannot be destroyed by. It is not time bound. So it is anitya, or sorry, it's nitya. It's ajaha. It's unborn, and it is ananta. And then we will study in the next verse also. Atma cannot be destroyed by anything else. You know, a body can be destroyed, a mind can be destroyed, but the Atma cannot be, the I cannot be destroyed. I will stay and continue. Same thing with, it is independent of any cause, or it is independent of any effect. And that we will see in the next verse. So this is just a prelude to the next one. So it is almost like saying the Atma is the person, and all the experiences that are happening is happening at the reflective state. So that means if I am seeing my image in a mirror, that is who I consider myself to be. I have forgotten that I am different than that image. So the image cannot destroy me. But once the equipment is destroyed, the image is also destroyed. But that doesn't destroy the person who is actually seeing the reflection. So that is why the Sakshi, which is, the real I, is only seeing itself. But what we have considered ourselves to be is, we talked about it. There is the absolute I, and there is a transactional I. So we have become our identity is so, what do you call it? Entangled with this new identity that we have formed, with the body, mind, with the pranas, with intellect. So that is who we think we are. So when we go, the point is, Shankaracharya says, even God cannot destroy I, because that's who it is, the Bhagwan itself is playing that role. So let's go through the next one, which is basically talking about this destructible identity that we have, this changing reality, who we think we are. So Bhagavan says, Antavanta ime dehaha. Antavanta means this body's, the dehaha is actually a plural. So these bodies are antavanta. Understand it to be that it is going to end, that this is not going to stay forever. This is just, so don't worry about your grandfather and guru, because they are going to die no matter what, whether you kill them or they kill you or whatever it happens in the war. You are, they will not be affected by. The dehas are going to be, that's the nature of deha, that's the nature of body. So bodies are going to be destroyed. But what is not going to be destroyed is nityas yokta sharirinaha. Shariri. Here the word used is shariri. Earlier we had seen the word dehi when Bhagwan compared to deha. Here Bhagwan is comparing it to deha also, but he uses the word shariri here. So shariri is the one which is enlivener of this sharir. So the sharir is nitya. Nityas uktaha. Uktaha means it is said. it is said that this sharir is nitya. Nitya means this has no destruction. This is going to be forever. This is like eternal. So don't worry about the nature of the reality. And anashino aprameyasya. So he's giving three different the qualities of that I. He says, what is it? It is anashino. Anashino is same as avinashi, jiska nash nahi ho sakta. You know, the one which is indestructible. We talked about destructible in the previous one. Here it is defining it again. So it is avinashi aprameyasya. Okay. I have to explain this a little in detail, so just bear with me. Aprameya means that which is object of knowledge. Okay, just for now, just remember that. And the third one is nityasya, that it is indestructible. This sharirinaha, that this I, which is the enlivener of this deha, is indestructible, aprameya, and nitya. If you guys want to spend some time in understanding what is aprameya, then I can spend some time on that. If you understand aprameya, then I'll just skip it. Anybody wants to?
You mean
say?
something that cannot be a function of evidence?
Huh?
Go ahead, Jyoti.
No, please explain. I wanted to know. I don't understand.
Okay.
I was
All
saying
right,
that
so
aprameya is this is my attempt, that it's not a something that cannot be known by evidence, let's say through the senses or
yes,
through thought or
correct,
something.
correct. That which cannot be known through any means of knowledge. So to know anything in this universe, you need three things. You need a knower. We call it pramata. This is called triputi of knowing. The process of knowing happens in, you need three things there. So one is the person who has to know, then the object of knowledge, which is called the prameya. So pramata is the one which is knower, prameya is the one which is known, and the right means of knowing is called pramana. Again, pramata, the knower, prameya is the known, and the right means of knowing is called pramana. You know, there have been enough work done on just the pramana vichar. So I'm just going to tell you in a very short form. So Atma is aprameya. How do we know that? You know, which means that no amount of intellection, no amount of what do you call it? Methods of knowing it is beyond that. Now, how do we know that? So let's try to understand. So, you know, we have in Vedanta, there are 6 pramanas, you know. I'm not going to go through all that, but let's just go through the basic one. One is called the pratyaksha pramana. Pratyaksha means that which can be observed, which can be objectified very easily. Like if I say fire is hot, you don't need much proof because it is pratyaksha, that you can touch it and it will burn you. Or you can say because of fire there is enough light. So it has both the qualities, the heat and the light. Then we say, okay, this is pratyaksha. Then we have anumana pramana. Anumana pramana is where you are using a method of through observation. So suppose we see, when we wake up, we see the whole yard is wet. So we know that it rained last night. You know, that's the only way it could have happened, or something like that, where, you know, you conclude based on
Inference,
the
inference, right? Yeah.
inference. So there are several ways of using the inference, but the last one, which is used by Vedanta, is called the Shabda Praman, because of the scriptures, that if no other means of knowledge is possible, like say, we don't know, we cannot say whether there is reincarnation or not, right? But we say, okay, we'll go by Shabda Praman. We don't have any other scientific evidence, or we don't know how the karmas work, right? Or what is the nature of dharma. We don't know that. So scriptures will tell us. So there are two things that scripture tell us, which is not possible to know through any other means of knowing. Just like, the nature of dharma and nature of Brahma. So both these things cannot be known by pratyaksha or anuman, or the other means of knowing. So the Purva Paksha, the person who was sitting in the class with Shankaracharya, he says, sir, you say that it is aprameya. You have, Krishna Bhagwan has said to Arjuna that this I is aprameya, it cannot be known. But we have this mean of knowing, the Shastra is telling us about it. So why do you say that it is aprameya? So we have a means of knowing it, which is Shastra Praman. So let's just take that. So Bhagwan says, no. Nowhere Shastra is telling about it. Let's listen to it carefully. So there is another philosopher, Rishi. His name is Anandagiriji. So Anandagiriji actually explains it a lot more than Shankaracharya. But he has taken... So Shankaracharya wrote a commentary on Bhagwad Gita. Then there are two other people who wrote a commentary on commentary. So Anandagiriji wrote a commentary on Shankara Bhashya. And so in his commentary, he says, no, that is not correct. That assumption is incorrect, that we can know Brahman by... so if somebody says, okay, you know what, I know Brahman is Satchit Ananda. So what else do we need to know? So it has become from aprameya, it has become prameya. So now it is known. What is big deal about it? Bhagavan say no. When people talk about I, people talk about this I-ness, even a child knows that. If you say, बच्चे से, ये किसने तोड़ा glass, वो कह देगा, मैंने तोड़ा. I did that. I am the responsible party for that. And if so it is not something that is unknown, right? Everybody, it is pratyaksha. I know, my existence doesn't need any other means of knowing. So it is known. So why do you say it is aprameya? So it says, if you have, okay, though it is self-evident, that I am self-evident, but what I know about myself is confused. The I-ness in me is actually a collection of sthula, sukshma, karana, and